So I know I can't be the only one who is sick and tired of the regular 9 to 5 corporate America, 5 days a week, weekends off, matrix rat lifestyle. I honestly blame quarantine, which I'm not mad about. Quarantine, that was 3 years ago, right? But even then, today in 2023, I still just don't feel like doing that. I think that stuff was never for me in the first place. But before quarantine happened, I was a hustler. But have you ever just felt like unmotivated or doesn't feel necessarily depressed? Because I know what depression feels like, but more so just unmotivated. Like you just don't have any more will left. You don't want to work. You just want to lay. You're not even sure what you're passionate about anymore. You want to stay isolated. You don't want to see nobody. I've been feeling this way for a really long time. I want to say really after quarantine, but I have just been feeling so disconnected from the world. I don't want to do the regular matrix shit. I just don't. Like I don't know. And a part of me would beat myself up because I would feel like I'm a lazy bum who just lays in bed all day and don't want to do nothing, X, Y, and Z. And like I said, it's not depression. I just want to lay. And it's really hard when you have to go to work and you have bills that need to be paid. You have responsibilities. Some people have kids. You know what I mean? So you can't just lay. You have to get up and be active. And it still just drives you into this hole. Like, and it wasn't until recently where I've kind of started to dig myself out of this hole. Still be feeling like I don't want to do this. But it's not as bad, and I think it's because now I'm starting to kind of find my niche with YouTube and social media and stuff like that, because this is something that makes me happy. But for the longest, it's been hard. And so I ended up going into therapy, and my therapist had brought something to my attention that I had never heard of before, and it's called restful healing. And it's basically when your nervous system starts to relax and calm down, and it realizes that it doesn't have to be in survival mode or fight or flight mode just to survive and to be alive. Does that make sense? So kind of like when you were in quarantine and how we sat there for 2 months and we didn't work. Some of us was like, okay, this is hard because I'm used to working. And a lot of us was like, I love this. I never want to work again. And at first I was like, this is hard because I want to work. But then it turned into, I don't want to work again ever in my life. I don't want to do anything that doesn't make me happy. I just want to bask in my glory. You know? And so when quarantine was over and we had to get back into jobs and stuff, that brought me into this stage of restful healing where I felt like I was going crazy, where I felt like I was just a lazy bum because I didn't feel motivated to do anything. So when my therapist brought that to my attention, it started to make sense, but I would still beat myself up about it because I've always had a job. I've always worked 2, maybe 3 jobs. I'm talking like bottle girl service, retail, waitressing. I mean, I've literally done it all because I knew that I didn't want a regular 9-to-5 career. Like that's something that I've always known because my passions have always been entertainment based, influencer based. So I knew I didn't want the 9-to-5, but still just having to get up and work, it was just hard. It was just super hard. And the people around me, like my family, they like to hustle and go get it. My brother, that man is gonna keep a side hustle, okay? He stays on go mode, and I don't know how he does it. Well, I do know. It's his human design chart. His human design versus my human design, we're 2 totally different people. I'm a projector. He's I think a manifesting generator. If you don't know what that is, I'll have to make a video about it. Just let me know. But you know, when you're being surrounded around people who like to hustle and then they look at you sideways because you don't want to go and get it and grind, baby, I'm done grinding. I'm done. And that's not to say that I don't want to work or I don't want to get money or whatever the case is. I do, but I want to do it by doing the things that I love. That makes sense, right? So going back to just this restful healing stage, I had to learn how to surrender. And I think a lot of us don't know how to surrender. I think a lot of us don't know how to be still because we grew up in households where we would go to school, we probably had extracurriculars, or we had to take care of the family, whatever the case was. Then on the weekends, we had to wake up early in the morning because we couldn't sleep in because we kids and we gotta clean and we gotta go to church and we gotta do this, and that. Like, we could never just chill. We could never be depressed. We could never be stressed because we kids and we don't, what you stressed for? That's what they would tell us. Normally in the black household. But police sirens. But now that we've gotten older and we're more in control of our lives, we still have held on to those traits of just having to be in hustle mode. And so when we find ourselves relaxing, we're like, wait a minute, something's not right. Like, I'm a bum. I'm being lazy. This is not okay. I need to be up. I need to do this, that, yada, yada, yada. But do you really? Working your job, making sure, you know what I'm saying, everything's in order? Yes. But if you have an off day, what is so bad about just taking the day to just lay in bed or to even just do something that you enjoy that helps you relax? You don't have to go out and be productive. And so I was talking to my bestie, and we do this thing still, which we're working on, but we'll do this thing where if it's an off day, we'll call each other and we'll be like, oh my God, I'm so fucking lazy. Ooh. I don't know if I could say that. But we'll call each other and we'll be like, oh my God, I'm so lazy. I've been in the bed all day. It's noon. I ain't did nothing. This is not okay. And the other day he called me and he said that. And I said, no. I said, no. You are going to relax because you work 2 jobs. You are a hard worker. Relax. Take this time to rest. It's okay to just chill. And a lot of times when we go through these stages of trying to get out of that survival mode, or if you go through the actual restful healing stage, the only way you combat that is by resting. That's the only way. You have to surrender to that. You have to rest and not beat yourself up about it. Because if you're going to rest and beat yourself up about it, baby, you stressed. That's not resting. You're stressing yourself out. You know what I mean? So if you are in this stage of restful healing, or you're feeling like you're just so unmotivated and you don't know what the heck you're doing, or you don't want to do anything, please know that you are not alone. Please know that it is okay. There is nothing wrong with you. Your body is just letting you know that you can survive without all the extra. And maybe you need to figure out what your human design is. Maybe that'll help you, because now that I've gotten into it, I'm starting to learn some things about myself where I'm like, oh, okay, this makes a lot of sense. Give yourself some grace. It is not the end of the world. You know, if you feel like you don't want to lay, or you feel like you can't get to the point where you can just lay down and just relax, then try to find little hobbies that are relaxing for you, like painting, journaling, sitting outside, going for a walk, you know, stuff like that. Stuff that you just like to do that's soothing. Nothing too strenuous. Am I saying that right? I don't know. But yeah, just chill. I promise it's gonna be okay. Because look at me. I'm still like, what am I doing? But I'm okay. And I feel like now that I've surrendered and I've been giving myself the grace to just relax, now I'm feeling like, okay, maybe I can take on the world. Like, I'm falling in love with my craft again. I'm falling in love with dancing and content creating and music. Like, I'm falling in love with all the things that I used to love as a child. I'm loving it all over again. I thought there was a time where I was not gonna do any of this because I was like, I'm a bum, I'm a loser, I don't feel nothing. But that's not the case. So at least let me be an example to you if you're feeling that way, okay? Just understand that this is a part of your journey. So yeah, I hope this video gave you some clarity, some insight, some encouragement, something. I don't know, but like I said, we always gonna figure it out. So bye.